This is a YZ500 two-stroke, and this is our friend Josh Spinks, and this year he'll be racing this beast of a bike against the 450's at one of the most competitive championships in the nation. So buckle up, because this is going to be a wild ride. Previously, we saw Josh win a hot lap challenge on board the YZ500. That, combined with being the reigning series champion, gives him loads of confidence coming into round one. But have no doubt, this is going to be tough. But at the end of the day, it's all for the love of two strokes. Round one of the British Masters is here, and we're at Fatcat Motoparc, one of the deepest and gnarliest sand tracks in the country. Not only is Josh taking on one of the gnarliest tracks in the nation, he's taking on a fierce field of competitors in the pro class this weekend. There's a few wildcards that has entered last minute, and one of those guys is Conrad Mewse, the reigning British MX1 champion and one of the fastest racers, one of the most talented racers in the world. I've got a feeling it might be a baptism of fire for Josh this weekend. Let's speak to him and see how he's feeling heading into the races. How are you feeling coming in? Is it going to be a baptism of fire out there, do you think?
It's going to be a tough day. We're open to that, we know that. It's going to be really bumpy. There's been some dramas yesterday. They've actually switched tracks from one day to another, which is interesting. They didn't even complete one block, so we know the track's gnarly. The bike's feeling good, fresh piston. That side of it's ready to go. I feel pretty good sleep, so charged and ready to send it. I guess it was late September, the last race that I did. I probably rode a handful of times since the video shoot at DMP. Ride time's a bit slim sometimes around busy commitments with work and so on. I made some little changes, just sag-wise and a few clickers. Actually changed my handlebars in the hope to just make that clutch feel a little bit lighter. Kind of slid it across there a little bit to get a bit more leverage on it. So small details just to try and give myself the best chance into this round one.
If someone's watching this video and they've never been to this track, just describe Fatcat Motoparc to someone who's never heard of it before.
Oh, it's just imagine scattered holes and edges and ruts and bumps just everywhere. There's not much rest whatsoever. You have to be really on your game. I've always said, I don't want to make excuses at all, but it suits the younger rider that hasn't got to worry too much about a Monday morning and they can just hang off the back of it. And I don't know if I ever had that, if I'm honest, but them days are gone. So it's a case of just feeling my way in, and if I feel in control and I feel nice, I'll push on. But there's no expectations from anyone around me now. This is just fun. See what this bike's like in comparison to the others. In short, it's just a tough day out. It's as simple as that.
Talk about some of the names we might be seeing out there.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if I'll be seeing him actually much, but Conrad Mewse is here, and interestingly registered for the series, that whole team. So that was unexpected, and it's good. It's good to have those sort of riders. Sometimes you just have to be realistic and just think, maybe just set the sights now for a podium would be good. Trying to land on the podium somewhere. But like I said in the first video, it's almost like the first round is just to settle in, see where we are, and just take it from there really. Try and learn.
When Mike came up with this idea, the deepest, darkest winter, it seemed quite exciting.
Yeah.
Like a cool concept, a cool idea. Now the day has come, we're looking at the track, seeing how deep it is. Are you still as excited as you were a few months ago to race the YZ500 against the 450's?
Again, pure honesty, I think the excitement will hopefully come when I'm on the track. When I'm looking at the red flags yesterday, I shouldn't be laughing because it's obviously not funny, but what I mean is the concept of the excitement. I'm thinking, is this a good idea, The conditions, we've made it tougher, there's no question about that, but I'm just relying on a lot of experience with how much racing that I've had over the years. And it's hard not to be excited to hop on a 500, isn't it? So that's still there, but there is some thoughts in my mind thinking, this is going to be a bit gnarly, there's no question.
If you watch the channel regularly, you'll know that we only work with brands and companies with products that we genuinely use and love, and Seat Concepts is one of those companies. You can see I've got a brand new Seat Concepts seat on Kong here, and it's looking sweet. The seats are handmade in the USA and they are shipped worldwide. You can get them in different shapes, colours and heights, and they really give your bike the pro finish. I've got them on pretty much all of my bikes now and I genuinely love them. So if you're interested in picking up a new seat, check out Seat Concepts. Their link is in the description down below.
They might laugh at the red plate. We said that before, but it is what it is. I worked hard last year, so if we can run it for this first round, happy days. Maybe not the second round, but hopefully them funny looks, if they are there, turn into other funny looks when I'm blasting past them. We'll see.
Josh hit the track for qualifying and took a few laps to get warmed up and get up to speed on board the two-stroke. He has put plenty of time in on the bike, well, as much as he could in the pre-season, and we did do that 450 lap time comparison as well. But this is the first chance that he could truly get to compare himself against his rivals for the season. At the end of the session, Josh came home with the 16th fastest lap time, and there was no surprises at the top. The number 426 of Conrad Mewse grabbed pole position.
Quality, Josh?
Quite tricky, actually. Felt quite good on the initial laps. I just feel like as soon as I was pushing round, probably didn't relax as much as I should do being the first one. Just got tired arms and I felt like I was getting taken for a ride a little bit there. So it is what it is, not the position that we want to be on. It's quite important for the start position here on qualifying, so it's just one of those things. But all I can hope is that my arms relax a little bit, I can get a little bit more out of the bike, because that definitely wasn't its capability. And just reset and go again.
So I think it is worth saying that we think this is the first time a YZ500 has been ridden at this level anywhere in the world, I think. Definitely here. I don't think I've seen anyone else do it. For the normal guy to hop on a 500 and try and race it against modern bikes is pretty crazy. Just describe how different it is.
I think that's the thing, isn't it? Anyone that's within the sport, maybe race themselves, and understand it, they'll understand that we've took on a bit of a challenge here.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Now, there's probably some audience that think, oh, it's a 500, that's 50 more than a 450, that's your advantage, and it's like, it's not even worth explaining, just people that know why that's not been done very much, you know. It's I think the piston in it is, what, a CR500, and that was in the 1980 something bike. That's the technology in the top of that engine there, and that's just the reality. But the fact that there's no vibration on the bike,
he's got
it's that hybrid,
shaft,
it's that hybrid of somewhere in the middle. And I think it's just unique, it's fun, it's different. We had no idea how it was going to perform. Is it harder than I thought it would be? I think a mixture of the track, the conditions, and actually learning the bike. Even the suspension side, my mechanic Lee, he was pointing a few things out, because we haven't done any work on it, you know. This is so raw of like, we needed to get this out the way, see where we are, and hopefully some good improvements from here.
I think any good story though is a difficult story.
Yeah.
If it was easy, everyone would do it, so that's why we're all here, I think, isn't it?
Absolutely.
Here we go then. It's time for the first gate drop of the season for Josh Spinks and the YZ500. This will be the first ever gate drop for Josh on board this bike. There's been no practice starts, no practice races. This is going to be tough. As we mentioned, there's a tough field of competitors. Josh didn't qualify so great, but he's been lucky here. He's been able to get a sneaky inside gate. Let's see what he can do with it. Heart rates are rising. The adrenaline is pumping. The butterflies will be flying. The green flag is up. We're ready to go racing. Let's do this. The revs are up and the gates are down. It's not a great jump for Josh on board the YZ500. But he's got a sneaky line up the inside. Oh, what a line by Josh Spinks there. He comes out in 4th position down the first straight. He is inside the top 5 on board the YZ500. There goes Jamie Carpenter and Tom Grimshaw knocking Josh back to 6th there as they reach turn 3. Through the rollers they come. Conrad Mewse into the lead now. Josh Spinks hanging off the back of the 2-stroke. It's game on here. So Josh sits in 6th place early on. That's Josh Gilbert around the outside. Gilbert demotes Josh Spinks into 7th place now. Listen to the tune of that 500 sounding sweet out here at Fatcat Motoparc in the deep, deep sandy conditions. Just look at these ruts and bumps already. Early in the day, the track is gnarly and it's only going to get worse from here. Josh Spinks has Carlton Husband and the young gun Tyler Hooley on his rear wheel now. Here on lap 1. There goes Carlton Husband around the outside. Slingshot move for Carlton to take over 7th position. Can Spinksy retaliate here on board the big 2-stroke? He looks game to give it a try, that's for sure. Oh, there goes Tyler Hooley flying around the outside. Hooley looking good here today. He's fast around this track. More company. It's happening fast out there today. He's got the Scotsman John Adamson on his rear wheel now. He's also on the 2-stroke, the 252 stroke. Here goes Josh up the inside of Tyler Hooley to retake 8th position as lap 1 comes to a close. Oh, but what a sound. Heavy on the brakes now to this tight right-hander. A slight mistake from Husband there allows Spinks to close in on his rear wheel. Oh, just look at the pack of riders behind Josh now. He's got to keep his eyes forward. He's got to keep charging forward. There goes John Adamson around the outside using those 2-stroke lines, looking to slingshot around the YZ500. He can't make it happen there though. There's Husband, Spinks, Adamson and Hooley. Josh looking to defend the inside line. But Adamson, he's around the outside by the looks of it. Josh can hear that pesky 2-stroke on the outside. There he is. Adamson on the number 2, looking to complete the pass there around the outside of Josh Spinks. And he makes it happen. So Josh into 9th now. Knocked down into 9th position. Oh, but this is a workout and a half on board the big 2-stroke. Imagine how hard that is to tame a 500cc 2-stroke around the track like this. Oh, what a job for Josh. The pack never seems to stop. Josh has got more company here. Tyler Hooley looking to retaliate after being passed back a lap ago in this next section. Into the final quarter to complete lap 2. Hooley's on the inside, but Josh has got a great drive on the big 500 down through the rollers there. Buries it into the sandberg. What a sound, what a sound. So Josh hanging on to 9th at the moment. He's inside the top 10. He would be happy with that result, I am sure of it. But he cannot rest easy yet. There's a lot of racing yet to go. And there's a hungry pack of riders behind him still. Adamson, then Spinks, Hooley, and that looks like Josh Bale's having a great comeback ride. He was actually on the floor, on the deck, on lap 1. So Josh Bale flying at the moment. There goes Hooley around the outside, Bale looking to make the pass as well. Two young guns that Josh is fighting here, who's probably got 15 years experience over these guys, but he's 15 years older. There goes Vale up the inside, making the pass complete. So that knocks Josh back to 11th position here. He's outside of the top 10 now. Been an intense start to the Moto. We're 3 laps into it now. Josh has got to try and find his feet again, find the flow, start attacking if he wants to stop the bleeding here. Looks over, shuts the door on Tom Murphy, hanging on to 11th place for another lap then. Josh is about to cross the finish line here. Lap 3 complete, we're on to lap 4 now. There goes Tom Murphy making the move. Oh, that was a nice pass from Tom. Caught Josh asleep there. Took the position away. Charlie Richmond's trying to sneak up the inside, but Josh says, no, not at the moment, thanks mate. I'm keeping hold of this 12th place position as long as I can. Josh is trying to be stingy with it. But Charlie Richmond, the young gun, flying on past. Josh has been knocked into 13th now. Was that great start a bit of a curse for Spinksy on board the 500? He's now got Lewis Hall also on the 2-stroke, all over his rear wheel, and Lewis Hall is a true sand specialist. He's been lightning fast around this track ever since his 85 days when he was a Team Green Kawasaki pilot. And there goes Lewis, hanging loose out there on the 252 stroke. He makes the pass on Josh. Josh has now been knocked down to 14th position. He's lost 10 positions here early on in the race. He's got to try and refine his mojo, refine his groove, refine the flow. He needs to stop the bleeding here. That's not to say that he's not been riding well. He's looked good out there on the YZ500. Just try to imagine how difficult it is to tame a bike like this around a track like this. Josh has got to try and stay on the rear wheel of Lewis here. He doesn't want to lose track of the pack and fall into no man's land. But look at this. Josh has indeed fallen into no man's land. Lewis Hall has disappeared off into the distance, and Josh has a bit of a gap to the 15th place man, Travis Steele, on the Yamaha. But Josh can't afford to rest easy because Travis is charging still, and charging hard. And here he is, he's caught onto the rear wheel of Josh. So the battle for 14th is on as we reach the closing stages of this race. Can Josh regroup here? Can he mount up a defence on Travis, who's around the outside here on the number 22 Yamaha? But Josh defends well. He's not rolling over. He's not giving up so easily here. But Travis attacks again around the outside. Josh uses the grunt, the power of the 500 two-stroke to block that attack. He hangs on to 14th for a little while longer. It's wheel to wheel through this back straight here. Travis is desperately trying to make a pass, trying to get around the big 500. But Josh has stepped up his pace once again. With a little over 3 laps to go now. He looks over to defend the inside. Looks like he survived the storm for the moment. As we are on to lap 9 now, Travis is still right there though. Josh cannot afford to rest up. It looks like this race is going to go to the final laps. We're on to the penultimate lap now, and Josh has opened up a little bit of a gap over Travis. He's got a little bit of breathing room here now. He doesn't have to worry about defending his line so much. He can ride the lines that he wants to use. As the second to last lap comes to a close here. Josh is desperately looking over to see that last lap flag. Yes, it's there, mate. This is almost over now. I can only imagine how bad the arm pump is at the moment. The first race of the season in these conditions on this monster of a bike. Oh, what a baptism of fire for sure. Josh is going to hang on to 14th here by the looks of things. There's only 2 turns of the race left. Josh survives the first race of the year. He brings it home in 14th position. Conrad Mewse ran away with the win there with a monstrous lead. An impressive performance from Conrad. Let's find out how Josh is feeling after that first moto. Is he disappointed, or was that what he expected? Let's catch up with Josh and find out what's going on inside of his head after that first race. Josh, first race is in the books. Before we talk about what happened in the race, just describe what it's like to race one of these things in the heat of battle.
I really enjoyed the first 2 laps and the start. Because I somehow, even though my qualifying wasn't great, got towards the inside. And the jump was not the best. It pulled quite nicely down the straight and I found a nice gap. So I was in 3rd or 4th. Lost a position or 2 on the first lap, but I was right in the mix. And I could see how there was areas where they, maybe just got a bit more legs than me, but I was keeping good corner speed at the time when I was nice and fresh. It was fun until it tired me out, basically. I think we're going to pick up a few things that we're probably going to change on the bike from today, and that was the whole point, just to try and make it a little bit more comfortable overall. Let's just say it was a combination of a few things, but no excuses. I think it's just me being a bit race rusty. Talk us through the race and the middle and the later half of the race, and track conditions as well. Just describe that. Yeah, I've seen the track rougher. I'm not saying it's smooth. It's 100% rough. Ruts, bumps in the ruts. Bumps around all the turns, a lot of standing up. I think it's, like I said earlier, it's a really nice track for either really technically gifted current riders like Conrad won by like a minute, and they can dance around the track, make it easy. Or you see some of the young riders doing well here because they've got energy and they're on it and they're hanging off it, and I just feel like I don't fit in that bracket at the minute. The middle of the race was just like, I might as well have pulled in and someone else hopped on the bike. It was like two completely different people, because I just lost strength through just riding tight. And when I've lost strength, I can't attack the bumps, I'm riding in the holes, doing everything the opposite of what I teach, actually. Do you know what I mean? And I'm just riding around like almost head's gone then. I'm just like, I'll just wait for the flag. Yeah. And that's the reality of the situation.
Did you kind of recover a bit towards the end? It looked like you picked up a bit more steam and you fended off some attacks and then pulled away. There's
sometimes some strategy involved when you're in that point of like, oh, this is not good. It's you either just keep a certain speed and that will probably reduce over time or result in a crash because it's not comfortable. Or I just kind of had to, I've lost the toe, I looked behind me, I could see there was a gap, I purposely slowed it off. They got close, but I had recovered enough in that time to fend them off, you know, and that was a bit of a strategy. I found it easier when someone was actually on my wheel at the end there, in my mind thinking I can't go any further backwards, and that helped me, so. Just a rough start to the year. But
what have we learned from race 1, what we're going to take into race 2, and what do you want to achieve in race 2 to make you happy for the weekend?
I think we gained 2 positions from qualifying, so another 2 from here to make the progress throughout the day would be really nice. That's all I can hope for, really. I think if my arms, it isn't actually my arms, it's how I'm riding and trying to be better on the first few laps and actually ride relaxed and pick better lines. If I can do that, be more relaxed, further into the race, maintain a better speed throughout, I'd be a little bit happier. If I've got a bit more energy about my riding rather than just not being myself, you know?
Right, race 2 coming up next then.
Let's see.
Top 12.
That's what we'll aim for.
Top 12.
That's what we'll go for.
So before we hit the track, I just need to say a big thank you to our awesome channel sponsors, Putoline Motorcycle Oils. We talk about two-strokes a lot on the channel, and obviously we talk about Putoline MX9, but Putoline do have you covered for your 4-strokes as well. So next time you need to restock on your essentials, be sure to head over to the Putoline website, type in your bike model into the search bar, and they'll bring up all of the products they recommend you need for your ride. They've got you covered for your motorcycle oils, lubricants, cleaner products, and so much more. As always, a huge thanks goes to Putoline. Check them out. I've left a link in the description down below. It's time for the second and final moto of the weekend for the pro class here at the British Masters Championship. Josh was a little disappointed after that first race. It was tough going out there. And now he's on a redemption mission. He wants to keep building, and he's searching for that feeling, that fun feeling on board the big old 2-stroke. Unfortunately for Josh though, this time his sneaky inside gate has been taken. He's left with a less desirable position. Let's see what he can do with it. We're ready for the second moto, the final moto. The green flag is waved. We're ready to go racing. Click it into gear, the heads go down, the revs go up, and the gates have dropped. So it wasn't a great jump out of the gates for Josh, and he's unable to sneak around the inside this time like he did in the first moto, which leaves him buried in the pack. Here on lap 1. He's got Josh Gilbert and Charlie Putnam right ahead of him here, but Josh sits in 16th position. He's got a lot of work to do now. But he has picked up a position there already around Charlie Putnam to take 15th as a pack comes charging through the rollers for the first time in Moto number 2. Spinks has Josh Gilbert ahead of him here, one of the top riders in the class today. Let's see if Spinks can hang on to the back of Gilbert for a while and get dragged through the pack. There's a yellow flag out here on the inside, and that's a Honda. That's Conrad Mewse. That's the 426 of Conrad Mewse. He's been down early on lap 1. So Conrad, the Moto 1 winner, he's got work to do in the second moto as well here. He gets up just in front of Spinksy on the YZ500. The gnarly wave section here for the first time. Oh, it's tough going for Josh out there on the YZ500. He's not looking so comfortable in this second moto already, and it's only lap 1. He's in 15th, but there goes Charlie Putnam around the outside on the Husqvarna 450 to demote Josh into 16th position at the end of lap 1. Can he mount up a counter-offensive here? Let's find out, let's see. Josh has the 74 of Tom Murphy all over his rear wheel as well, so the fight isn't over. Murphy around the outside, Josh defends the inside line. Tom slingshots around the outside. Josh is off balance there through the ruts, gets a little cross-rut in, and that allows Tom Murphy to go charging on through. So Josh has been demoted to 17th position now. It looks like he's struggling out there. This isn't the same rider we saw early on in Moto number 1. He's fighting the bike, he's fighting the track. He's lost his flow, he's lost his mojo a little here. This is going to be a long race, indeed. But Josh can't find the flow again. He always said from the start he knew this was going to be a tough round, but did he know it was going to be this tough? I'm not so sure. This is not the dream start to the season that he was hoping for. Tom Murphy goes down there on the inside, so that gifts a position back to Josh Spinks. He's into 16th place now. But that is not the way he wanted to be passing riders here this weekend. Josh is certainly not looking his usual self out there at the moment. And there's another rider down on the inside there. That was Lewis Hall, so another position gifted to Josh. He's into 15th now. But again, that is not the way he wants to do this. That's not the way he wants to race. This is not the same rider we saw flying around Doncaster Motoparc earlier on in the pre-season. I'm sure he will not be enjoying this moto. You can see the body language, the body positioning. He gets past there, around the outside. There's just no fight left in him today. Back down to 16th position. This is hard to watch, to be honest. I know this is not how Josh wants to go racing. I know this is not the feeling that he's chasing at these race meetings. He's really slowed up now. He's just looking over his shoulder. And it does indeed look like he's about to wave the white flag. Continues to fall down the leaderboard. That might be it for Josh. He's pulling off the track. That's it. It's over. Round 1 is over for Josh Spinks and the YZM 500. I've got a feeling Josh is going to be very, very hard on himself here.
Not for you.
Well, I'll try and put it into words. Like,
No, that's it. You can see.
I mean, it's not that. It's like, I don't know if it's just how I'm holding myself, but I'm feeling my lower back fall and fall and fall and fall. I'm nowhere near the page. Like, I don't know what it is.
Don't worry about it. You're on it, girl.
I need to figure out some things. I think there's a few things in the mix, and I need to just get my head around it.
We all knew that round one was going to be difficult, but maybe not this difficult. Let's have a chat with Josh and see where his head's at after that race. Tough day in the office. Talk us through race 2 there, and then talk us through what's going through your head at the moment.
It's fighting off the negativity because I don't want to focus on that.
Yeah.
There's some positives to take from the day, but it was just a struggle. The start wasn't as good. I didn't have that cheeky inside, and like I come round, I don't know where, let's say 15th, something like that. It's a feeling that I'm going off now. Do you know what I mean? I wasn't feeling good. My pace was like not the usual, and I can't blame it on the bike. It's nothing to do with that. It's just a pure feeling. Yeah. My back was hurting, like no joke. It's the amount of standing. I was riding tense because I wasn't relaxed, and it's just like I went backwards, and I just thought this is only going to get worse. And it's a horrible decision to think, have all this negativity going off and actually pulling off the race. But I just thought I'm not really achieving what I set out to do. It's more of a danger to be out there, and it's just uncomfortable. And that's the way it was. Yeah.
So you decided, right, let's pull in, let's kind of regroup and reset.
Yeah, which is rubbish. Like, I don't want that to be an advert to the younger riders that I coach and stuff, but I just feel like it's understanding that I'm in a different phase of life.
The series
now,
is called For the Love of Two Strokes.
Yeah,
it's
that's
about
why we're
having
here.
Fun on the bike, and it wasn't happening, was it?
There wasn't much fun involved. It was low back pain, going backwards, and like no disrespect to the riders, but it was riders kind of getting past me and leaving me that aren't usually in that position, and I'm just like, this can't feel good. It's like I can't be very positive about the situation. So all that combined, we reassess and know where we are. We've learnt a lot.
Yeah. So I think the next objective is to get the fun back into it. Whatever way we decide that is.
Yeah.
That's the next mission.
That can be the only thing to focus on, isn't it? Is bringing back what we're doing.
A happy rider is a fast rider, right?
100%. Yeah. When I think back, it's like even in my prime, when I was, a lot fitter, let's say, a lot younger, in it more, this was always a bit of a bogey track for me. So when you're arriving and you got that going in your mind and it's just as rough as ever, it's like, sometimes it is the same result because that's just like in my memory, So it is what it is.
If we go back to the first episode of the series, we talk about how Fatcat was going to be difficult.
Yeah.
It's been difficult, we knew that coming in.
Yeah.
We can only build on from here, can't we?
That's exactly it, yeah.
We'll regroup, we'll bounce back, we'll have more videos, more episodes coming, definitely. Yeah. This isn't the end of the story.
Yeah.
The beast will be back.
We'll turn this frown upside down.
Yeah.
Try again.
Let's do it, yeah. Cool. Yeah. As we said earlier, sometimes the best journeys are the most difficult ones. If it was easy, everyone would be doing it. Sometimes it's easy to forget, but we've got to remember that we're doing this simply for the love of two strokes. So have no doubt, Josh Spinks and the YZ500 will be back at the races soon. Next time on For the Love of Two Strokes, the mission is on to get the mojo back. Josh, the P1 Racing team and the YZ500 return for some more gate drops, and I can tell you right now, a little more fun was had at the races this time around. So be sure to subscribe to the channel right now to make sure you don't miss an episode.